YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the HG Build Burning Gundam from Build Fighters Try. Now, those who know me, that I really never enjoyed the Build Fighters Try series, but I must say that I am really impressed by the qualities of the Build Fighters Try kits. And also, recently there has been an announcement of the Star Burning Gundam, I believe, and that kit got my attention, so I decided to get the Build Burning Gundam to make later, references or any comparison once I actually get that kit. And I'm actually planning on getting the Star Build Strike Gundam as well, if you guys want to see a review of that as well. So anyway, there's a lot of stuff this kit has, and I was wondering on how I'm going to review this, because you have these clear parts that you can change out from different colors. So this is what I decided to do. There's not many clear parts compared to the Try Burning. So the Try Build Burning, I believe, sorry. So I only used half of it on the red ones and half of the normal blue colored parts. So that's how I'm going to do this. So as a start, what you get, of course, is the Gundam itself. And then you get some sticker sheet, which isn't too much, and I will mention what part is a sticker. You get some leftover polycaps, as you can see, mostly for the arm joints, but you don't use a arm joint on this one, kind of a different one. And then we get some extra effect parts. Once again, here's half of the rest of the blue clear effects, and here is the half of the red clear effects, which just letting you guys know. So I'm going to take those away so I don't lose anything. Okay, so beyond this are some flame effects. Well, yeah, I guess flame effects would be the best term, but basically you get 12 straight ones, 4 of them being the longest, the other 4 being the middle length, and then 4 short ones. And then you have the flame effects, the flame wheel effect thing that goes onto the back, and then an additional connector for these flame effects for other positions. And beyond that are these other hands and some leftover parts, or part, I guess. Let's get rid of this one. I have no idea where or what this is for. I'm assuming that these are like for additional joints, parts for connecting other parts. So that's nice. And then we get some, well, a lot of hands. I think this is my first case of seeing like this many hands in a single HG kit. So what you get, of course, is 2 each. The ones I'm currently using are the normal fist, 2 of them. And then you get 2 multi-purpose hands for other weapons, but this kit does not come with any weapons, so it's, just good to have. And so also these are your typical ball jointed hands. The rest are kind of different. Okay, you get 2 karate chop hands. One of these, I really like these effect, or these kind of hands. And then you get some open hands like these, like it's trying to do the shining finger thing. Now with these 6 hands, including the one I'm using, have these moving joints on the wrist, so this comes in really helpful for certain poses. So that's actually a really good thing. I'm not gonna show every single pose that this kit can do, or any of the moves that it was seen in the Build Fighters, because that's gonna take too long. Beyond this, you get these 2 orange hands with your normal ball jointed connectors. These are for these punching flame punching effects, the Jigen Haoren-yu effects, I guess, to put away. So you can just basically slide these in. There's these clips here, or slides. You just attach it like that, and then you attach to the arm. And you know what, I think at this point I should show you guys how this works. Now you can just attach this to the hand right away, or you can put any of these. You can put 4 of the flame effects onto the side like this. So whatever you choose, you can choose any of the 4, but only 4, but it's really up to your choices. You can go for all long ones, you can go for like middle ones, short ones, or a mixture. In the instruction manual they do give you instructions, but it doesn't really matter. As long as you do the effect you want, it really doesn't matter. It's up to your taste. So you get each one for each hand, and then you get a additional bigger one which actually attaches to the feet for the kicks. And what you do is you attach one side on the feet, and then you attach it like this, and then you can also put another flaming effects on the side, also 4 only. I'll show you guys that one later, so now let's get on to the review. Now, once again, I really like how the design of this. It's simple yet it has that interesting feeling onto it. A lot of people, I asked my viewers to vote, and the Try Burning did get the lead. However, I couldn't find one in Gundam base. It's either that or maybe I got confused with the box art. But so I got this one, and I'm kind of glad that I got this version because the Try Build Burning has a ton of clear pieces that you have to interchange. So okay, the head, nothing too special. The only thing I panel line are the side vents on the head and on the faceplate. The eye, nothing too special. The V-fin is just literally a yellow single V-fin. There's no like another middle part that goes onto the section, and there's this and the only head camera you get is for the front side, and the eyes are obviously a camera, or I mean a sticker. So the head movement, there's nothing too special. I mean, it can go down that much, up that much, and 360 should be possible if you know your way around. So that's that. For the body has a really interesting design. For the you don't really exactly get an ab crunch, or it's either that or I'm not sure how to do it, but yeah, you don't get an ab crunch, but you do get a decent 360 rotation since there's nothing blocking the way. Also, one thing I should mention is that you have this like, I'm not sure, you have this other round joint and then you have this separate blue joint, so there's like two joints going on. Okay, so for the shoulder and another body movement, the shoulder is connected to a ball joint. It's a ball jointed peg that's going into the main body that has a polycap joint inside, and you can move the shoulder forward and backward like that, and then also there's like a ball jointed effect going around here, so you can actually move the shoulder even more. And to even top that up, you can actually move the shoulder even a little bit more to the front, like doing this. You have this additional piece that's like hooked onto the main body, so this actually does help a lot in terms of the poses. So you can pretty much pull off a lot of martial art poses. And then okay, on the backpack there's this part where what I saw was actually like a typical peg and hole system, but no, it's one of those sliding systems. I mean, it does get the job done, but at first it might feel a little bit wobbly, but not too bad. And then for the arms, you have your typical 360 twist on the arms, like that, and then you have your double jointed bend, which is pretty nice, and then your ball jointed hands with the additional wrist movement. Okay, now let's look at the whatchamacallit, waist section. The waist section, the front skirt can be divided into two separate pieces if you want to do so. I just left it in one single piece. The front skirt can, as you just saw, come on camera, as you just saw, I just flipped up to the entire up, I just flipped it up entirely, but that's not as far as it goes. If you do that, it will pop off the front piece. So this is as far as I can go. And then if you want to separate these pieces, you can do so because there's a cutting section on the inside. The back section does not move at all. The side skirts can, well, not too much, but it has a decent move if you ask me. And then you have your side swivels like that, and then you can move the leg forwards and has a double jointed bend. Very nice articulation, and your typical ball jointed feet, only the feet, not the ankles and such. And this piece is a separate piece that goes onto the backside. Okay, now we've seen like the basics of the articulation. Once again, I'm really impressed by the articulation, but at the same time, I don't expect every single kit to have the same articulation because each mobile suit has a different feature. They're built differently, so having every single kit have the same articulation like this would not make any sense to some degree. That's just my opinion on it. Okay, now let's look at the effects. Now, first of all, we have these flame effects. Now, on the camera, it looks a little bit darkish red, but it's more of a orange color. And for these flame effects, you have this peg here, and then this is actually made by 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3, like that. So you have your separate movement. You can move this one, or the middle section, or the main bottom section. And as you can see on the backpack, there's 2 holes. You just need to peg these in. And then there you go. You have the flaming wheel effect. I can't remember if this actually had like a official term. I might need to check on Gundam Wiki once more for that one. And I have no idea what's going on with my camera. Okay, there we go. we have the flaming wheel effect. I really actually do like the effect as well. And then for the flame effects, okay, there we go. Let's start with the fists. So you just need to plug it in, and there you go. You have this punching effect. Depending on the angle or the way how you take your picture, it may look very, very nice actually. And as I mentioned, you can put any of these flame effects onto the side. However, some of them might become tricky because it's like intersecting like that. So it's really recommended that you attach these flame effects first and then attach it to the main hand, because you don't want to get any hindrance from any other posing. And also so you can put these flame effects like that, and then depending on your taste, you can plug it in and you can make it like going straight or a little bit to the side. So you do have a little bit of movement, but if you move it too much, it will tend to pop out. Okay, so that's that. And if you want to use these orange hands, it's really up to you. They do look good in a way or in a bad way, but yeah. Okay, so finally let's look at the feet. Now once again, this kit does not come with an action base, but it would definitely look good with an action base. So that's kind of my opinion on that. Okay, for the feet, if you're going to do the kick pose, well, I'm not going to show you guys the kick pose, but I'm just going to show you guys how to attach these. The way how this attaches is that there's this other big piece, and you have this peg going on here, and there's these hinges or another hole that has this shape. You just need to plug it in like that, and then you just need to clamp shut the other sector like this. Come on. There we go. You will hear a click noise, and there you go. You have the kick effect. Once again, you can also attach these effect parts if you want to. As far as I know, the kick pose goes like this or something. I'm not gonna. Oh boy. Yeah, it goes something like this, so it's really up to you on the certain pose that you would like to pull off. So here's an action base, which, as I mentioned, this kit does not come with an action base, just letting you guys know. Some people do get confused whether, some people think that every kit like comes with an action base. That's not the case. So that's that. You have the kick pose. And then finally you have the, once again, if you don't like the flaming effects just to be on the circular design, as you might remember, you have these parts. The way how these works is that first you get one of these flaming effects, you twist the end section like that, and then you attach, let's see, nope, wrong side. It does get confusing time to time to match the pieces, but once again, you have this hole here, and then you attach the connector. Come on. There you go. And then you have this other peg that's now on a vertical angle. You just need to plug that in inside the backpack. And there you go. You have this flaming effect. The main reason that we have this is that, of course, those who know, like, I don't know, engineering or physics, is that if you have like this backpack or a flaming background, your backpack, and you're going through like fast speed, the flame is going to like change and change their form. So that's that. So it does give you a very good effect. Whoa, okay, it does give you a very good effect. So I guess that is pretty much it for the review. Once again, this kit I would pretty much recommend to anybody. It would also be a really good kit for beginners, but at the same time, just because there's a really good kit like this existing does not mean that it should be applied to every single kit out there. I can't imagine like the articulation of this kit being applied to on a gun tank or a gun cannon to some degree, or on a Barzam. That just doesn't make sense. I mean, sure, there are some similarities, but not every single kit should have this. Yeah, but this definitely is like the prime example of a really good kit that uses martial arts. So I'm impressed, and I'm really excited for the upcoming not Star, but is it the upcoming new Gundam for the Gym counterattack. So anyway, thank you for watching the review. This was the review of the HG Build Burning Gundam. I would recommend this to anyone. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. If I got anything wrong, leave a comment below as well. I still have more kits to buy and build, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.